Yo guys, welcome to the video. So the AFC playoff picture is looking very congested at the moment. Chargers right in there at the moment in a wildcard spot, but that loss to the Chiefs, I think we all know now, pretty much puts us out of contention for getting the AFC West and probably leaves the Chiefs very set up to get the number 1 seed. So we're looking very much at the wildcard places, and there are a lot of teams involved and things could get very messy over the next few weeks. Chargers route to the playoff. The easiest way to get there, win the next 3 games, and then we're definitely going to be in the playoffs. I'd suggest that 2 wins would probably be enough, but not guaranteed. If we only win 1 of the next 3 games, then I think we're in big trouble, especially when 2 of the games come against the Broncos and Raiders. So the game against the Texans on Sunday, we're not quite sure which players are going to be out there and not. And also the Texans are exactly the same. I think there's potentially issues on their offensive line and their defensive front as well with the COVID list. Obviously there's question marks over Eckler, Corey Linsley. Joey Bosa's already ruled out, but things could change a lot over the next couple of days. Derwin James, I think, is day by day as well. What a big difference he would have made if he was in that Chiefs game. Let's go through each division now and have a look at which teams in each division is our biggest competition for wildcard positions. So in the AFC East, Patriots and Bills have a matchup this weekend, which if the Patriots win, they're pretty much certain to go on and win this division now. Obviously, the Patriots do have that head-to-head over us. I think, if anything, we want to be cheering on the Patriots in this one, because we don't have the head-and-head against the Bills, and then the Bills will drop down to 8-7 and might well not be so competitive for us from the wildcard perspective. The Dolphins are hanging around there as well at 7-7. They've got a game against the Saints this weekend where there'll be no Taysom Hill, so Book will come in as the starting quarterback. That potentially could be an easy win. That puts them in the mix as well if they get to 8-7. They do finish off against the Titans and the Patriots though. The Titans could be a huge game for the Dolphins' playoff implications. The last game against the Patriots, will they already have a top seed wrapped up and the division? Will they need to play in that game? Who knows? But the Dolphins are certainly not out of contention as of yet either. So basically 3 teams there from the East. Moving on to our division, as we've said, Chiefs likely win this division now. It's very tight between the Broncos, ourselves and the Raiders, with both of them down there at 500. So the Raiders and Broncos play each other this weekend, so keep an eye on that one for implications for us going down the line. The winner of this game will mean that we pretty much really need to beat them when we play them. Obviously our last 2 games against the Raiders and Broncos. The Broncos have the record against us at the moment, head to head, and obviously we did beat the Raiders. So if we can beat the Raiders again, we get the sweep on them, and they're pretty much not competition at all for us. Moving on to the AFC North, and what a division this is turning out to be. 1 win between all the teams there. The only team that's beaten us in this division is the Ravens, and obviously we have the wins over the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Browns. So essentially, we actually want the Ravens to win this division, because then we'll have the head-to-head if we end on the same record against any of the other 3 teams. Lamar Jackson is likely back for the Ravens very soon, so there's a chance this division's completely up in the air. Anyone could take it essentially, but definitely at least 1 team from here likely to be getting a wildcard spot too. And then moving on to the AFC South, the Titans getting that win over the 49ers this week, putting themselves bang in contention to, well, even get the number 1 seed. The Colts looking very good at the moment, riding off Jonathan Taylor and a very strong defense, and Carson Wentz not making too many mistakes or going out injured. So they look like a team that are going to be up for a wildcard spot too. And I think it's safe to say we'll be seeing the Titans and the Colts playing in January. So guys, let me know in the comments below, who do you see as our biggest competition for the wildcard spots? What do you think our record for the next 3 games is going to be? And what are your hopes for the Chargers if they do make the playoffs this year? Do you think there's any team that we're going to struggle against in the AFC? Obviously against the Chiefs, we've beaten them once. We probably should have beaten them the second time. If it comes down to us having to go to Arrowhead, maybe on a second game in the playoffs, what do you guys think? Can we stop Kelsey and Hill in this game? Will Doe and James have a monster game if that was to happen? Hope you enjoyed the video guys, give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hope you've had a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you in the next video.